Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, I'm off to a late start today, so we'll just get done what I can get done. Old Ted and Riv next door, all their sockets in the house tripped out. Couldn't get it to come back on, so yeah, had me little call from over the fence. So I went through testing everything off in the house, everything that was plugged in, and then switching individual things back on to see which item tripped it out. Anyway, it happened to be his shed, so we got that sorted. He's got a cable running all the way down the garden in some steel conduit. The conduit had broke apart and dropped like that, and the wire was going up in between. Obviously it'd been like that for a while, so the conduit was moving and cut through the cable. Well, cut into the cable and was tripping it out. So I have fitted him a waterproof junction box and got his shed back up and running. Man can't be without his shed. So yeah, late start. Anyway, I've got some bits done, ready to continue with our frame. These 2 bits of plate, these, and then hopefully we'll be doing something with them bits. Let's crack on. Right, we've got the bike pulled out now so we can see the other side. I can see the screen better now. I can get a bit of distance. I reckon I might be able to live with that. Right, I think something's definitely going to have to change with the exhaust. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm going to look for a bigger silencer, because I don't think that's going to be much good. I think it's going to be far too loud. So I'm going to take that off out of the way at the minute, because it is actually in our way. But I can modify the exhaust to suit whatever we do with the subframe. That's no big deal at all. That's not bothering me at all. I've just been reminded of the wiring looking at the bike from this side. Just look at that lot. That's just, yeah, that's just nasty. Anyway, we'll ignore that for a minute. Well, we'll ignore that for several weeks. Let's get on with some easy metal work. Right, I've folded the other one up, formed that. They are now the same. We got our little kit coming together that we had a look at earlier. That and that. I'll be using 10mm fixings. Again, these are just zinc plated. I'm going to stick with them. Again, it's a little cost cut compared to stainless. So let's see what we come up with. And the seat catch hasn't come again. No, I really wanted to tick that bit off the list, but no, it's not arrived again. Anyway, we've got plenty to get on with. Let's see what we're going to do with these brackets for the frame. So as I explained, we're going to chop them ones off that are on it already and put something a bit more substantial on. I'm not doing this aluminium sheet any favours. Wow, apparently you can weld aluminium sheet with MIG. Oh, that one came off. There we go, that's off. Right, what we're going to do here then, I think, let's put that in the middle. What are these measuring? 4 inches. Get another measuring device. Well, square, that one. 4 inches. 2 inches in the middle. No, it's 4 inches thereabouts. Quickly mark these up and get them drilled. I'm probably going to drill and tap these and put a nut on the back. Right, now these, let's go right to the edge actually. There. Right, we'll draw around then so we know we've got space because they'll be bolting to them. And if we come off them, that's the shape we want. Okay, we'll get them cut out and then chop the old ones off. Okay, sorted. Just moved on with these. Nothing too exciting, so I'll just, yeah, cut, drill, tapped, ready. These will be coming off and they will be going on. And we'll also spin a nut on them as well. Obviously when it comes to final build, won't bother now. Yeah, I can literally put them anywhere I want at this point because we'll be doing the frame to suit. Let's see if we can break the rest of that. I don't want to hit the airbox. Should have put a sheet of metal bit on there, shouldn't I? What we got? An hammer. Ah, there we go. That's good. That's one gone. Right. I'll quickly do the other side, then we'll dress that up. Ready. Right, I've got that cleaned up a bit. There's still a bit of a noggin on the back there, which I will have to get to when the bike comes to bits. But we'll get it tacked on. I think, because this frame has got a bit of an angle in it, I think I need to bend this slightly as well. The top bit could do with being over there. And that will also add strength, having a bit of a bend in it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think, let's have a look at the other side. Yeah, the pair of them do it. Right, my little folder's not going to cope with that, so that's going to be have at it in the vice with an hammer. Right, I've put a bit of a bend in them. I think I've got to shorten them a little bit. See how long they are. Let's get a pen. A minute. With the way the frame is, I think I'm going to have to take the bottom off. So it's sort of like that. It's the frame. It's just because the frame, if you can imagine looking at it from there, the frame's doing that. I mean, that ain't a problem to a certain degree, because when we connect the tube to this, it don't matter, it'll just connect to it, you know what I mean? But for looks, I want to try and have this straight, upright. And with the way the frame is, I am struggling to get that done because the frame tapers in. See if we can sort of see that from the back of the bike. There we go, look. It tapers right in. Both sides, obviously. And with how long that is, it's making it more difficult to get it upright. So yeah, I think I'm going to trim the bottom off. That might help me a little bit. I mean, the frame tapers in as well. See how the size of the tube up here, and it's like wasted in. It goes thinner here, so we've got to try and get it all to fit within where it's wasted in as well. So I don't want it stuck to the front of the frame. I do want to try and get it at the back as much as possible. And with it so long, it's making that more difficult. with the frame leaning and wanting to get this upright. So yeah, there's even if I cut these down to that line, we've still got a lot of surface area, more so than what we had on the previous lugs that I put on the bike. So I think it's, well, I don't think, I know it'll still be structurally absolutely fine. It's just me wanting to get that straight and not cocked over like that with the frame. Only one way to find out. Trim them off and see if it's an improvement. I think it'll be alright. I want to get these tacked on and then we can start laying the rest of the frame out then. Right, I've trimmed that off. I think that's going to do it. Although, I may bend that over a little bit more. That also gets me away from the gearbox. You see we've got the casting here, the gearbox. I definitely don't want to be trimming the gearbox castings away. But I think if we bend that over a little bit more, look, and we should be able to achieve what I'm trying to do, and that is keep these things upright. Yeah. The other side is not as bad because we haven't got the casting of the gearbox to deal with on the other side, but I still want them to look the same. So a bit more of a bend. I reckon they'll be good to go. Let's have a look at this one. See, that one seems okay. I wonder if the frame's got more of an angle one side. I think it has. It has. Well, that's the way it is then. That's the way it is. That side is definitely a bit more of an angle. Well, we'll just have to do what suits. We'll have to do what it needs to have these upright. Right. We've done a couple of things. I think that's going to do it. So a bit more of a bend on it, and trying to hold the camera and demonstrate what I'm doing. I've ground a bit of an angle on that as well. That is now going to work. Definitely. I'm a lot happier with that. Well, we'll get it tacked on. I'll do the other side and then we'll get these tacked on. I'm going to quickly go through that because then we'll be at the stage where we concentrated on the frame tubes. It'd be nice to get that laid out before I call it a day. Right, quickly grind the other one up then I'll tack them on. Right then, they're all tacked on. Just looking at laying the side pieces out now. I think I'm going to go about there. I was thinking further down, but nah. To the end does look silly, so I reckon I'll go. I don't know if you can see where the seat drops down a bit just there. I think I'm going to go sort of in the middle there and reduce this. Yeah, I'm going to reduce it there. That'll be way better. Well, we ain't going to find out unless we start chopping a few bits about and see where we go. Right. That's all cut to where I'm happy. Yeah. Definitely going to go with it there. I just want to work out now with the trellising that's going to start down this end, because this actually sticks out further obviously to get to these. I want to make sure what's going to happen under that seat. I don't want to just like get on with the trellis and then go and put the seat on it don't fit, because it's our bit of metal work there. So the start of the trellising may have to be sort of kinked slightly to get under the seat. I've just got to establish that before I 100% decide that I'm happy with it, to be honest. Yeah, it's quite a lot to think about. Definitely happy with sort of that side profile look, and obviously the strength is going to be okay. It's like up here, I shall have some gussets up here as well, you know, cut them out decent shape, make it all look good. And all the areas that are exposed on this frame, I'll probably make use of them for ideas on my luggage. Right, I'm going to find a bit of material, see what's going to happen under the seat there. Right, moving on a little bit. Late again, dark outside. It's been one of them weeks where you just can't seem to get on with your day too well. Other things keep cropping up. Never mind. Right, hopefully it's so late at night now, and I'm going to be free from all sorts of other things going on. Hey, right, I've cut 2 of these. They're all done, so I'm going to get them tacked on. At least get a little bit of something before I call it a day. Yeah, definitely happy with them there. So we'll get them tacked on. Then I'm going to start working out the trellising bit. Let's fire the welder up. Right, that's that tacked on. Let's put one on this side for good luck. Right, I've popped the seat back on because I just wanted to know if I've got clearance to start our trellis bit without it colliding into the seat. So obviously the top bar is about here underneath the seat, and it looks like I'm going to have clearance. I can just get on with it. Nothing's going to touch the seat at all, which is brilliant. So I've got absolutely nothing to worry about there at all. I can just go all the way up, bump, 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 however it ends up, and nothing's going to collide with the seat. That's good news. The only bad news, I'm going to run out of steel. Yeah, the mystery length of round tube that went missing has still not been solved. No idea. And that is all I have left, them 2 there, and I don't think that is going to do both sides. Right, just having a quick look at something before I take the seat away again, of where to start this trellis work. I'm thinking perhaps another one onto here, completely tie this back end, well, front end in, and that'd be really, really strong. Bringing it onto this mounting point, starting there, then obviously continue going up, bump, 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 like so. It's probably not going to be the prettiest, but it's going to be strong. Especially with, you know, on some occasions this bike will carry luggage. If I get to keep it, it will be the bike I use all the time for the maybe the slightly crazy journeys. This will be the one that I would use. So it needs to be good. So yeah, I think starting there onto here. Anyway, let's get the seat off and think about that properly. I've ran out of day. Well, it's gone 9 o'clock, so I've got to stop making a noise. And the rest of this job is basically cutting and grinding and stuff, which is quite noisy. I've got to be sensible about that. And yeah, I'll put a couple of pieces of trellis in, just eyeing things up, tacking it in, see how we're going. I think I'm actually happy with it, the way it's going. But the only other thing is, that's all I have left. The mysterious bit of tube that's gone missing is still missing. I've just checked Metal Mania's website and they are closed tomorrow, which is fair enough. It's a Saturday. But yeah, I can't go and get any steel till Monday now, but we'll be able to continue. I'll get this other bit in tomorrow. Let's have a look. I'll pop the seat back on, and I've got these 2 pieces in. I've so brought it down to this. Everything's just very, very roughly tacked in place at the minute, so don't take too much notice of it. Then I think we'll go there, and so on. Probably, in fact, probably just 2 more in there now, and that'll do it, I guess. But yeah, that's that's all I've got left. So the other side is not getting done till Monday now, but we can start laying the little mudguard out. In fact, in the morning I'll probably just sling a couple of more of them in, and then we'll get on with the mudguard. At least start laying it out anyway. I've decided on like a little enduro backlight, them ones that you see on all the enduro mudguards that you buy. I think it's going to be more than good enough for this. And then we'll have a little number plate light as well, and obviously the indicators. So but I think number plate light indicators will be all in the same little unit that's holding the number plate on. Obviously we'll have a little drop down thing coming down with the number plate indicators and number plate light. But yeah, it's getting there. Obviously it still looks very rough and ready, but it will slowly take shape. And like I said, it probably won't be the prettiest, but I'm hoping it'll do the job well. That's the top of the list. And then on this frame, I will think about some sort of luggage system that I'll probably design myself. Yeah, I'll get a certain like saddlebags and stuff like that, and then design all my own framework to carry them. I don't know yet. No idea how that's going to go. We're a bit far off from that just yet, but we get all that finished, I guess Monday now, because yeah, unless that bit of tube miraculously appears, it'll be a Monday finish on the subframe. Like I say, we'll get on the rear mudguard. We will. Will this light come on? It's a bit dark on this side. Hold on. Was that any better? But yeah, I think it'll look alright. I really do. Yeah, I could have really gone fancy and made side panels all the way up the seat and little number boards and all that, but yes, it's unnecessary for what we want the bike for. It really is. It's just mainly it's got a function. I think it should do that well. Yeah, it is getting there. Does look good having it pulled out into the middle of the shed. It should certainly grab people's attention, I think. You know, people that know bikes. If I'm out and about on this thing and park it up, people who know bikes will probably stop and think, hey, what's that? What on earth is that thing? Yeah. Maybe not. They'll probably look at it and go, that looks terrible. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that'll do. I know we've sort of skipping along a little bit, but I've been in and out, helping people, doing all sorts of bits and bobs, and I'm just trying to get back and get my head down again, and then get called out for something else. So it's been a bit like that over the last couple of days. But we're slowly ticking this off the list, bit by bit. See what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we could have a nice day and get some sort of mudguard designed and partly made. At least get it underway. Right, that'll do. It's late. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.